Anil Sehgal joins us on this leg of the show to answer all of your insurance questions. Anil, thank you for joining us on Investor's Guide. Our first question comes in from Prashant, who writes in saying he's 32 years old. Now, he plans to buy a 1 crore rupee cover from an online term plan. But the interesting thing is he plans to move to the States for the next 2 months and he will stay there for the next 7 years. Now, he wants to know, remaining an Indian citizen, if something were to happen to him while he's staying outside of India, can he still make a claim? Anil.
Prashant, your question is a very valid question applicable to most people looking at overseas postings. 2 things to keep in mind. Number 1, if a term insurance policy has been acquired when you are a resident Indian, then that policy can continue when you become a non-resident. Number 2, your claim in the event of such a shifting of your residence is not impaired in any way. The only condition is that the claim can only be paid in India to your nominee, so there can obviously not be a foreign exchange transaction here. Claim cannot be paid overseas. Those 2 points to keep in mind. In your specific case, when you are applying for the policy, you should declare very truthfully what your travel plans are. There's a question in the proposal form that requires this. If you say you're traveling overseas, there will be an additional travel questionnaire that you'll have to fill out. In the event that you are moving abroad, the insurance underwriters will look at where you're moving and what your occupation is like. So they will consider occupation risks. They will consider whether you're a salaried employee or a businessman. In the case that, for example, you work with an Infosys and you're being transferred abroad, and say you're going to a country like the US, there is no issue. I think most will issue a policy in that case, even keeping in mind that you might be living abroad for 2 to 7 years. But if you are a businessman moving abroad, then there might be risks that they will keep in mind and may or may not consider your policy.
Alright, our next question comes in from Gracie, 43 years old, has invested in the Kotak Smart Advantage Fund in 2008, paying a premium of 50,000 rupees a year. She wants to now surrender this policy, Anil, and she wants to know what the procedure will be and how much money she can expect back.
Gracie, you haven't mentioned for how long you've had this policy, what your premium payment term or your policy term might be. Keep in mind that the Kotak Smart Advantage plan has certain fixed benefits and certain dynamic benefits. These benefits are typically available in the maturity of the plan and are kind of accumulated over a period of time. The dynamic benefit is an assured benefit to your fund, which will be added every 10th, 15th, 20th and 25th year and the 30th year. So before you decide to surrender your plan, what you should do is look at a policy and ask Kotak for what the benefits are that will start accruing to you after 2013 and what is the surrender penalty that might be there in your case. If you have completed 4 years, the surrender penalty is typically around 4% of your fund value, and if you've taken a limited premium payment term, then after 4 years there's an additional 2% that will be charged as surrender penalty. Keep these things in mind and then take an appropriate decision for yourselves depending on your needs.
Our last question comes in from Harsh. He's 34 years old with an annual income of 10 lakh rupees. Now, he invested in LIC's 20-year money-back plan and LIC's 25-year money-back plan with a premium of between 30 to 40,000 rupees on each plan. He wants to know, should he continue investing in these policies or should he be surrendering them? Anil.
Harsh, as far as your investment requirements are concerned, you're investing about 7% of your annual income into insurance policies. I think that's a good number, and you should really be looking at term insurance to make sure that you've got your protection needs met. And that is also, term insurance is also available for tax deduction purposes. And the guaranteed surrender value in the LIC plans is essentially 30% of the premiums that you paid minus the first year. If you have received any money back during the term, then that is also deducted and is considered part of the surrender value. So you would lose a significant amount of premiums that you paid. You would also lose any accrued benefits and bonuses that you have on the policy. So I would suggest, if a number of years have gone by since you've taken these policies, please continue these policies.